On this episode of YaEat, we will be making fried calzone and cast iron pizza. Don't go anywhere, you're not going to want to miss these delicious recipes. Hello everyone and welcome to the 25th episode of YaEat. As usual, I'm really excited to have you here and I'm really looking forward to today's recipe. This is another recipe that was a favorite of mine and a family favorite growing up. My mom would make this during the Christmas holidays every year, and she still does. And it's something that she calls la Frita. And basically, it's a fried calzone. It's just you just take some dough, you stuff it with some cheese and sauce, and you roll it and you fry it in some oil. And if needed, we'll pop it in the oven. When I was a kid, when I had these leftover during the holidays and I bring these in for lunch, a lot of my friends would love them. And it was different for them. And then I would get something that they would make, like say a whitefish salad or something like that, which I got from my friend. And that's how I widened my palate at a young age. So today I'm going to be making two types of la Frita. I'm going to be just making like a pizza la Frita and a sausage and pepper la Frita. And then as an extra bonus, I'm going to be making a cast iron sausage and pepper pizza. So I'm ready to make these dishes. Are you ready? Here we go. Print these and all our recipes on YaEat.tv. And now, a YaEat educational moment. Today, we are featuring 00 flour. 00 flour, also referred to as 00, is the most refined. The texture is silky soft, similar to baby powder. Caputo Type 00. One of the most readily available brands in America, is often considered the gold standard. 00 flour is ideal for pizza and bread dough. It is finely ground and has a lower gluten content than most flours. Gluten, the natural protein that remains when starch is removed from wheat grains, creates the elasticity you feel when you bite into a crunchy loaf of bread. This has been a YaEat educational moment. Okay, we're first going to add some extra virgin olive oil to a pan and we're going to brown about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. While your garlic's browning, we're going to start on the peppers. We're just going to cut them in half for now. Once your garlic starts to heat up, we could add the sausage. Just make sure you coat them in the oil nicely so they don't stick to the pan. While the sausage is cooking, we're going to finish up the peppers. What I'm doing is I'm cutting them in half and I'm going to take out the core and the seeds and wash them. You just want to lightly brown the garlic, so let's remove them from the pan and continue cooking the sausage on medium heat. We'll come back to that garlic in a little bit. After removing the seeds and core, we're going to cut these in a julienne style, which by definition is 1/8 wide by 1 to 2 inches long. We'll do the same thing with the onions. Let's remove the sausage and place them on the side for now. Let's add our peppers and a little extra virgin olive oil to the pan. We'll add our onions. Now these mini sweet peppers are so delicious. All you need is perfect pinch Italian seasoning, salt and pepper. You could substitute oregano for the perfect pinch, and that is all you need. These peppers are so delicious. Let's add the sausage and the peppers for a little bit. We're going to dice up that roasted garlic and we're going to add that. We're going to cook the peppers about 70% and then we're going to remove them and let them cool for later. I'm going to add your favorite frying oil to a pan. If you have a deep fryer, great. It's a lot easier to make these when you put them in the basket first. But what I did was I shredded about a cupful of low moisture mozzarella. I just added salt, pepper, some fresh basil. I forgot to add the pecorino romano cheese, but it was still delicious. I made some marinara sauce early in the week. So I first added 4 tablespoons of sauce and I mixed that together. And then I added another 3 or 4 tablespoons. Do this in stages. Again, with any stuffing that you're going to add into a fryer, you do not want it too moist. Okay, here's the story of this episode. I made this dough with 00 flour and I let it age for 48 hours. Dough made with 00 flour is very sensitive, very moist, and very flexible. And you need to handle it with care. Be very generous with the flour. Now I cut this first batch I made in 2, but I probably should have cut them in 3, which is what I did with the next batch. But it's okay, we'll work around it. As you can see, I'm handling this dough with care and using plenty of flour. Now we'll take a very simple yet very delicious filling and place it on top in the center of the dough. Let's carefully fold over and pat down together with your fingers where the dough meets. You want to make sure where you connect the dough that it's dry and does not have any sauce or moisture on it. Now because I made these dough a little bit large, I have to trim them down, which is good because it also creates a seal around the seam. Now we're going to take a fork and make little impressions around the seam. This will ensure that the seam is sealed and also looks nice. And believe me, you do not want this leaking out in hot oil. We're going to put the heat on medium. I would like the heat around 350 degrees. I misplaced my thermometer. So what I do is I just take a little piece of dough and I throw it in the oil and it will tell me when it's ready. Be very careful placing these in the oil. As I mentioned, if you do have a fryer, place them in the basket first and then drop them in the oil. All you need to do is brown them on both sides and place them on a rack or a paper towel to drain the oil. About 2 minutes on each side. You may need to put them in the oven for about 5 minutes if you want to completely melt the cheese. Okay, we're going to get started on the sausage and pepper calzone. Basically, where we put in the cheese, we're going to be putting in peppers. So I'll put about a little bit of peppers here. I'm going to be making about 3 calzone. I took 2 sausage and cut them in half and then cut them into sticks. And I just cut them into little bite-sized pieces. And we will add those to the bowl. I added about 3 tablespoons of marinara sauce. And I mixed that in with the peppers, and that's about a good consistency. I didn't forget the cheese this time, so let's add about a tablespoon of Pecorino Romano cheese. I cut the dough into 3 portions this time, and it seemed to work out better. I may have even gotten 4 portions out of this. We're going to repeat the same process that we did for the last calzone. Fried calzone or la frita with mozzarella and marinara sauce. Sausage and peppers fried calzone. You eat? You want to eat? Make these recipes. They're delicious. This is awesome. It's the first time I've ever made this with 0-0 flour. It's unbelievable. So real quick, we had all the ingredients, and my mom always talks about making pizza in a cast iron pan. So here we go. All I did was grease the pan with some extra virgin olive oil. We'll add the dough that I made with the 0-0 flour. Now you can always just go to your local pizzeria and buy some dough from them. Let's just shape the dough into the pan. And you want to form a crust on the outside. I'm going to add some marinara sauce. Start in the center and work your way out to the edges. I just cut the sausage in half and make thin half-moon slices. Oops, I didn't realize that my camera was not in position, but I added some Pecorino Romano cheese on top of the marinara sauce. Then I laid down some sausage. And then I put the peppers on top of the sausage. I put just enough mozzarella cheese to hold everything together. Put some more sausage on top of that and put it in a preheated oven at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. The bottom of the pizza was so crispy I had a little trouble cutting it. The cast iron really conducts the heat well and cooks everything really evenly, and it's how you get this crispy bottom. Well, that's it. I mean, we tasted all these. Is the pizza, the sausage and pepper pizza. the fried dough, the fried Frita, or the fried calzone, with the cheese and sauce. And this is the sausage and pepper fried calzone. Thank you for joining me today. It was my pleasure having you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. Don't forget, we'll see you next Wednesday. Stay tuned for a quick short, and have a great week.
I have to let them know I'm watching all the details all the time, that there is not one single thing I will not catch as I am over here. Look at yours. What? Look at that. Look at this. There's nothing. Look how many blueberries your muffin has and how many mine has. Yours is falling apart. I have nothing. What are you talking about? It's like everything else in this place. You don't do it yourself, it never gets done. Where are you going? How long can this go on? From now on, I want you to put an equal amount of blueberries in each muffin. An equal amount of blueberries in each muffin.
You know how long that's going to take?
I don't care how long it takes. Put an equal amount in each muffin.